So we're going to move on to the next match in the tournament. And you have We Love Tokyo Sports at 4 points, Peach Rock at 4 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. End of the match came Mayu and Saki trade forearms. And then after a series of reversals, they start to exchange pin attempts. And Mayu gets Saki's move, that modified crucifix, on Saki and gets the win for her team. So ending it up with We Love Tokyo Sports with 4 points and Peach Rock with 6.
Because nothing quite says F you like stealing your own finish.
Like, that's the move I've watched Saki steal finishes of on multiple different shows. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It was funny to see that.
Yeah. This was a fun match, I think. I don't quite understand what it was Momo was trying to do at the beginning with the fans and the lights and whatever. But it was very apparent to me that Mayu had zero interest in whatever bullshit she was doing. If I could be honest, Mayu, her own team member, seemed very annoyed with Momo by the end of it, even kicking her and shoving her after.
I was going to mention that if she kicked her after the match, that I was just
several
like, holy crap. She is not.
Times.
And then as they're leaving, like Momo's trying to go like this, like, please forgive me. But it's like, don't be stupid, and she ain't going to be pissed at you.
Yeah. And I think that was probably the story they were trying to spin in this one, was a little dissension in the ranks or something there. I definitely felt that Saki in particular, very aggressive towards Momo in particular through this match. I did appreciate the funny spot with Fukigen Death, where she got the ref to actually whip her into the corner while she's doing the death, Fukigen Death thing that she does. I thought that was hilarious because it never works out for her. I don't know why. Maybe that's the work in this, is that move never works for her. But yeah, fun match. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. So we are moving on to the next match of the evening. Black Desire is mathematically eliminated. Mm-hmm. They can play a spoiler to Mafia Bella here in this match. What Mafia Bella needs is a win, and they need Aphrodite to win in the following match. Because if that happens, all three teams on top would end up with 10 points. And Mafia Bella has the tiebreaker win over both Aphrodite and Meltier. So that's what Mafia Bella needs in this match. Mm-hmm. Absolutely phenomenal match. They've just both teams brawling to start this one out. Just like Starlight Kid ended up head scissoring Giulia out, and then Thekla ended up head scissoring Momo out the other side, and then they all just go out and brawl on the floor. Like, I really like that little small spot that both players like took them out with the same move. Giulia ended up back in the ring, catches a PK kick from I think it was Momo, and stands up and just hauls off and just slaps her in the face. Like, I was like, oh, and then she applies this like an STF, but it is broken up, and then Mafia Bella hit that hammerlock face buster where she's got her lifting her up with has a hammerlock, and then Saki comes through and grabs the head and they smash their face into the ground. I was absolutely phenomenal. But they end up missing the sandwich forearms to Momo on the ground. She ducks out of the way, and they just like crack each other with the forearms. I was like, oh, it didn't look like it didn't look very nice. There was a assisted reverse end of days, I'm going to call it, because they went the other way into the Uranagi Slam almost by Black Desire, and then a Dude Buster by Momo. And then a Starlight Kid moonsault, but she only got 2 on Thekla. Starlight Kid then picks up Thekla, hits the Michinoku driver, and takes the win and spoils the night for Mafia Bella, and ends up with more points in this tournament than Mafia Bella. Black Desire with
No.
9, Mafia Bella with 8, and Giulia was busted open after the match. Did you see that?
Hmm.
On her forehead, there was like blood coming
It
out.
was like right in the
Like it was
middle
right
here.
at the
She
edge
got
of
a
the
cut.
eyebrow or something like that.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was like
remember.
right at the beginning part of her eyebrow. She
Yeah,
got a little bit of a cut there. I don't know when it happened. I just happened to
neither.
notice. I was like, she looks like she's bleeding.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, this was again another one of the matches that I watched when I wasn't feeling well. So I watched the match and then tried to remember everything that happened at the end of it. Which,
A
when the
lot happened.
Starlight Kid and Thekla are involved, there's no remembering anything. They're just doing so much. Um, yeah, the only thing I had to add to this was Thekla's submission. I don't know what it is. It looks like some twisty bisty kind of crazy contortion thing. Um, it's
Twisty
absolutely
bisty.
incredible.
I like
Twisty
the twisty
wisty.
bisty. I like the twisty
She
bisty.
gets you tied right up in there. There's hands everywhere. There's things behind your back. Like it's absolutely crazy. I absolutely love it. I don't know. I don't think that the I think it was Starlight Kid who was in it, and she didn't escape it. Momo had to come in and break it up because there's no way you can get out of that submission. But yeah, this was a fun match. Very, very fun match.
Mhm.
These girls were fighting for these points. You could tell the Black Desire really, really, really didn't want to let Mafia Bella, get up on them, and unfortunately, they were able to prevent them from it.
Mhm. So we move on to the final Red Goddess Division match, and it is Aphrodite with 8 points, taking on Meltier with 10 points. It all comes down to this: if Aphrodite needs to win, if they win, they win. They even though tying with Meltier, they win by the tiebreaker for obviously getting the win. Meltier needs either a draw or a win to win the block. It's pretty simple, I'd say.
Mhm.
I'll say after the entrance, I'm going to say this, and I love these two. Natsupoi and Tam Nakano are officially the cutest tag team in the world. I love
You
their
don't want
entrance.
to tell that to Ishimori Taiji and ELP.
I don't care. I don't care. Screw
Oh
them.
no.
Screw those two. I
Oh, the muscle chihuahua is not going to be happy with that.
I don't care. He can come if he wants to come here and give me a smack. I'll take it. But no,
He'll
the
nibble on your
cutest tag
toe.
team in the world is now Meltier, 100%. Absolutely phenomenal match from both these teams. Meltier right off the hop, getting the double cartwheels into the sandwich drop kicks and the double flip neck breaker onto Saya Kamitani. Just there's so much happened in this match. Beautiful springboard crossbody by Saya Kamitani for Tam, getting a 2 count on it. Jesus, I got a bunch of notes here. I just trying to go through and pick out
I was
some of
gonna
the
say,
best
please
stuff.
use them because I only have two.
Yeah. Is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find good ones. Tam and Nak hit this double super kick on Utami and Saya, setting them to the floor. And this is where they go up and hit that beautiful, like, where they climb together on just into the middle of the ropes and like hop off holding hands into that, the splashing their opponents on the outside. I love it. I love it when they do that because you don't see most times tag teams go to the opposite corners and do the dives, but them climbing up the middle of the ropes together and just hopping off together. I like that that because there's that bond there when they do it. Yeah, I love it. Double super kick by Meltier, and then Natsupoi hits an SOS. Shout out to Kofi Kingston right there with that flip over driver thing. Yeah, but Utami ended up breaking up the pin. In the end, Utami hits a torture rack power bomb onto Tam Nakano, and then they hit the magic killer, and Saya goes up, hits the fireburst splash, and gets the win. Aphrodite with 10 points, Meltier with 10 points. Aphrodite with the tiebreaker win, obviously from beating Meltier in this match. Aphrodite is your Red Goddess Division winners, ladies and gentlemen.
I called it. I told you so. This was a great match. Something I noticed. One of the notes I had here was Tam seemed very relaxed in this match. She seemed very happy. She seemed very smiley. Not to say that she's not that before, but usually when she's in a match, she's very serious. She's very focused on the match. She seemed very relaxed, very smiling, very at ease with who she was in the ring with, which shouldn't surprise us. I mean, she's fought Utami multiple times, one on one and in tag matches. The chemistry that they have together is undeniable. So they probably felt very, very comfortable in this match. And Natsupoi and Saya Kamitani, they probably have the same kind of camaraderie, having been with the company for as long as they have.
Mhm.
The only other thing I wanted to say about this is that Tam's kicks are adorable. Um, for as effective as they are very cute and adorable. I think we saw her feeding Kamitani a couple kicks while she was on the ground there, both to the front and back. Very cute, very well done, very effective, very fun match, and obviously, good job, Aphrodite.
Yeah. So before we hop into the finals, I'm just going to pull this up here, bring up my notes again. So here's the final points standing at the end of the tournament, just to give you a perfect the order. My Fair Lady with 0. We left Tokyo Sports with 4. Peach Rock with 6. Mafia Bella with 8. Karate Brave with 9. Black Desire with 9. Meltier with 10. And Aphrodite, your winners of the Red Goddess division, with 10 points. And then over here in the Blue Goddess division, you have Waka Wild and Wingori, both with 4. O2 line, or both with 2, sorry. O2 line with 4. BMI 2000 with 8. The New Eras with 9. And then you have FWC and Miami with 10 points both. But your winners of the Blue Goddess division are 7 up with 11 points, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to the final. We're going to the finals. They didn't give us the match cards. I made my own. It's pretty terrible. I'm not good at editing. That's why Mel does most of our actual editing, because I'm not good at designing stuff. But except for the backgrounds we have on here. But other than that, but the finals, it's Team 7 Up, Nani. I can never say her name properly.
Nani Takahashi, yeah.
Nani Takahashi and you taking on the team of Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamitani. Aphrodite, man, like this final was absolutely bonkers. I had such a great time watching this match. Utami and Saya coming out without their entrance gear, pretty much because they had just gone to the back, took like a few minute breather, and they're coming right back out. So they looked like they were worn out too. Even though like Nani and you coming out, still putting their gear back on, rolling up, looking all fresh because they've been sitting for an hour, just chilling, waiting for
the show.
Yeah, they're just chilling, sitting for an hour while all the Red Goddess matches happen. I was just like, that sucks. But yeah, Nani and you attacking Aphrodite, but Aphrodite both coming back with drop kicks right off the hop. You actually inadvertently splashes Nane, and then Utami splashes both of them in the corner, and then gets a beautiful double drop kick onto both of them. Nane gets a nice dude buster onto Utami, but when she fell onto her, she literally landed ass on Utami's head. And I was a little scared that Utami wasn't going to be able to kick out because she maybe got sent loopy, but she kicks out at 2. I was just like, ooh. Like, because she landed like butt first on her head. I was like, ooh, that looked rough.
That's the danger of being a larger person and falling down, like trusting the person to catch you like that.
Yeah, very much. I made a note. You must be a big fan of Okada because the wrist control. When she's doing the chops, she keeps that wrist control. That is, I absolutely love her holding the wrist control because she keeps control of her opponent when to bring him back up and chop him again. I absolutely loved it. But Utami, you goes for a clothesline on Utami, but she ducked it and then pulled you in and hit a beautiful angle slam onto you. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, I was like, the fact that she got her up onto her shoulders alone was impressive. Like, that was impressive in and of itself. Like, yeah. You with the running cross to both Saya and Utami, and then she goes and setting them to the outside, goes for the rollout, as I'm going to call it. But Saya and Utami just move out of the way. Like, I was just like, that's the smartest people yet to be dealing with the rollout, because they just moved out of the way.
It's like they had a Samoa Joe inspiration in that moment where they just like, bye.
But just like I'm good. I don't need to get rolled over. Holy shit! There is so
You've
many
sat
much
on my
more.
face enough is what
There
that
is so
is.
much more to this match. Like it's crazy the amount of stuff that happens. Um,
Yeah, yeah. This match, it was one of those matches that never seemed to end. It was that good
yeah,
and it
it,
went on that
it, it
long.
not in a bad. It was like 22
Yeah.
minutes or something like that, but it was a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
22 minutes. There's this
100%.
electric chair where Saya got up onto Utami's shoulders and she throws her off. But instead of going for the beautiful electric chair senton, they went and did an electric chair splash. So
Yeah, and something I wanted to comment on that, one of my notes was, did you see that Seiya Kamitani lost her balance while she got up there?
she saved herself while still
Yeah,
on
did you
Utami's
see
shoulders.
how? Grabbing Utami's face like a freaking psychopath. Like the look on Utami's face after that, also, you may have to go watch just to have a good chuckle at that because she wore every emotion from that moment on her face where it happened. And as soon as the hands came away, she was like, "What the flying fruitcake was that?"
Yeah,
And then she laughed about it. But you could see all of the emotions of anger, confusion. Why did you do that? Okay, whatever. We just got to get on with it, haha, kind of thing. But
yeah,
it amused me to see because I would have done the exact same thing in this situation. I don't want to
yeah.
fall on my head. So
Or end up poison running your partner. Yeah, that would have been great.
exactly, that would
But yeah,
probably be
yeah. So we'll get back into this match a little bit. You hit some beautiful cannonball into side in the middle of the ropes, and then 7 Up hits the dual Razor's Edge, but Utami ended up breaking up the pin. Backdrop driver and sliding knee by Nane to Utami, essentially taking Utami out of this match. Yu goes up to the second rope, hits the splash on the side, but Saya kicks out of the, like 2.9. Like just that ref's hands coming like right here and she kicks out. I was like, oh, I really thought it was over there. And then the end of it came. You hit the last ride power bomb onto Saya Kamitani, gets the stack pin and the win. 7 Up are your Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament champions and will be challenging Melt here at the December 29th show.
they're gonna get
What do you,
destroyed. Like I'm sorry, they're so sweet, but they Tam Nakano standing on Natsupoi's shoulders does not even make the same size as you.
well, if you combine the two of them together, I don't think they even weigh as much as Nane does, let alone you.
No. And
Mm,
Nane's pretty tall. Like when the four of them got into the ring afterwards, it was very apparent the size differential between the two. Tam and Natsupoi not backing down though. Very, very serious, very genuine in their acceptance of this is
mhm.
what they're gonna be facing and what they're gonna be doing. I felt that overall, getting back to the match though, the match was an absolutely incredible match for these four women, let alone the two winners. Um, I did a pre I did have a chuckle at the fact that the rings didn't really stay on any one of their
Mm.
fingers. You kept you losing hers and dropping it throughout the celebration. I think if you can actually oh that's her nail. Never mind. I was gonna say, is that on the tip of her finger there? But no, that's her fingernail. That's fine.
Mm.
Um Nane also just kind of had it like half down on her middle finger, like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I loved it. Um, Good for them too. I mean, we did call that these two would be dominant in this tournament, and they did not let us down in that respect.
Mhm. And I absolutely look forward to the match coming and on December 29th, man. I am incredibly excited for that match. Like
Well, let's talk about it.
I think it's going to be absolutely a bonkers card.